Hey, quick question before we get started. When you get a headache, where do you touch? Most of us go straight to the forehead, or we press our temples. Maybe rub the back of the neck? Makes total sense. That's where it hurts. But here's the thing. Sometimes the place that hurts isn't the place where the problem actually lives. Today, we're going to talk about something called cervicogenic headache. Sounds complicated, I know. But by the end of this video, I promise you're going to think about every headache you've ever had just a little bit differently. And hey, if this kind of content is useful to you, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. We put out clinical insights like this regularly, and I'd love for you to catch them. All right, let's get into it. Chapter 1, The Signal. I want to paint a picture, and I want you to tell me if this sounds familiar. You get a headache, and it's always on the same side, left side, every single time. Or always the right, never both, never switching. And it comes back. You take something for it, it goes away. And then a couple days later, it's back. Same spot, same feeling. Maybe it gets worse after you've been at your desk for a few hours, or after a long drive, or after scrolling your phone for too long. And somewhere along the way, you've just kind of accepted it. I get headaches. That's just me. I hear this story every single week in my clinic. And here's what I want you to know. A headache that keeps coming back to the same exact place, that's not random. That's not just how you are. That's your body sending a signal. Not, I hurt here, but there's something wrong upstream. Think of it like a smoke alarm going off in your kitchen. You could take the batteries out, headache gone, but the smoke is still there. What we actually want to do is find out why the alarm keeps going off in the first place. That's exactly what we're going to look at today. Chapter 2, The Structure. Okay, I want you to picture a building. Any building. An apartment, an office tower, whatever comes to mind. Now, which floor carries the most weight? You might think the top floor, right? Because it's on top. But actually, no. The higher up you go, the less structural load you carry. It's the foundation, the very bottom. That's bearing the weight of everything above it. Your spine works the same way. You've got your neck, what we call the cervical spine, and it's labeled from the top down. C1, C2, C3, all the way down. C stands for cervical. Now, at the very top, C0, C1, and C1, C2, these two joints sit right where your skull meets your neck, and they're doing something remarkable. They're supporting the full weight of your head while having less cushioning than almost any other joint in your spine. Here's where it gets real. Your head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. That's roughly the same as a bowling ball, which is a weird thing to picture sitting on top of your neck, but there it is. Now, when you tilt your head forward, the way most of us do when we're looking at a phone or a laptop, that effective weight goes up a lot. Studies have shown it can reach up to 60 pounds of pressure on that focal point at the top of your neck. 60 pounds. That's 6 bowling balls. Every hour you're at a desk. And this isn't a one-time event. This is happening for hours, every single day, day after day. Your neck is holding 6 bowling balls while you're in back-to-back Zoom calls. That's the reality of modern posture. So what happens when those top two joints, C0, C1, and C1, C2, get irritated or restricted from all that pressure? The pain doesn't just stay there. It travels. It moves upward through specific nerve pathways, and you feel it right behind your eye, across your forehead, at your temple. This is why you touch your head, because that's where you feel it. But the source? That's 2 inches lower and a few inches back. All right, quick self-check. I'm gonna list 3 things, and I just want you to notice if any of these land. Number 1, your headache is one-sided. It's reliable. You always know which side it's going to show up on, and it doesn't really switch. Sound familiar? Number 2, it's worse after sustained positions. Long time at a desk, looking down at your phone, long car rides. The more time you spend with your head in a fixed position, the more likely it is to show up. Number 3, if you press right here, the very base of your skull, where your head meets your neck, it's stiff, maybe a little tender. If you're nodding at 1, 2, or all 3 of those, your headache might be coming from your cervical spine. Now, I want to be honest with you here. Headaches have lots of causes. This video isn't a diagnosis. And if you've got severe, sudden, or unusual headaches, please get checked out by a doctor. But for the kind of chronic, recurring, I've had this for years headache, the cervical spine is often the first place worth looking, and often the last place people actually look. If this is clicking for you, honestly, a quick thumbs up right now would mean a lot. Thumbs up. It helps YouTube show this to more people who might need to hear it. Thank you. Okay, that sounds good in theory, but does it actually work? Great question. Here's what the research says. In 2024, a randomized controlled trial was published in PLOS One, 96 patients, and what they found was that cervical spine adjustment led to significantly better outcomes across the board. Less pain, fewer headaches per week, shorter duration when they did happen, and better quality of life compared to other approaches. A 2010 study in the Spine Journal found something similar. Targeted neck and upper back adjustment reduced headache frequency, intensity, and duration in a dose-responsive way, meaning the more precise the treatment, the better the results. Now, I'm going to say something that not a lot of clinicians say out loud. Not everyone responds the same way. Bodies are different, histories are different, and the research is still growing in this area. We're not claiming this as a cure-all. What we're saying is that for a significant number of people with this specific type of headache, addressing the cervical spine can make a real, measurable difference. The reason the evidence matters to me is because I don't want you to just feel better in the moment and have it come back 3 days later. I want to give you something that holds. Chapter 5, How We Actually Work. Our core principle at Levitas is simple. Find it. Don't guess it. When you come in, the first thing we do is scan your upper cervical spine with a tool called the Nervo-Scope. What that does is measure temperature differences along your neck. Inflammation and nerve interference change the local temperature of your skin. So the Nervo-Scope gives us an objective read. Not my opinion, not your description of where it hurts. Actual data that shows us which joint is restricted and where the problem is concentrated. Think of it like this. You wouldn't navigate a new city without GPS, right? You could guess which turns to take, but you'd probably make a lot of wrong ones. The Nervo-Scope is our GPS for your spine. Once we know exactly where the restriction is, we adjust there, precisely. Not somewhere around here, but that specific joint. Then we give you posture guidance, small daily changes that reduce the mechanical load on those top 2 joints. And then, at your next visit, we scan again. So you can see the change in the data, not just feel it. Assessment is completely comfortable, by the way. The Nervo-Scope is 2 smooth sensors that glide along your upper spine. No needles, no cracking, nothing you need to brace for. It takes a few minutes. Most people say it feels like nothing, which honestly is kind of the point. We want information, not reaction. Let me tell you something I don't always say out loud. The thing I hear most often from patients who walk through our door is, I actually thought I just had to live with it. They've been managing symptoms for years. They've got their headache routine, the specific pill, the specific coffee, the specific position they lie down in. And somewhere along the way, the goal shifted from, I want to fix this, to, I just want to get through today. That gets to me. Every time. Because in a lot of these cases, not all of them, but a lot, when we actually look at the source, things start to change. I'm not promising miracles. I'm not going to tell you this fixes everything for everyone. But I will tell you this. If you've never had someone look at where your headache actually starts, not where it hurts, but where it starts, I think it's worth finding out. That's what we do.
If today's video gave you something useful, something you're gonna think about or share with someone you care about, I'd love to invite you to come see us. We're at Levitas Chiropractic and Wellness, right here in Edmonds, Washington. You can book a consultation at levitaschiropractic.com or just Google Levitas Chiropractic Edmonds and you'll find us. No pressure, no commitment. Just come in, let's talk, and let's figure out together if what's going on with your headache has a cervical component. And before I let you go, 3 things. Just 3, I promise. 1, the like button. These videos take a long time to put together, and a like tells YouTube this is worth sharing. It genuinely helps. 2, subscribe and hit the bell. We're gonna keep making videos like this. Neck pain, posture, headaches, inflammation, nutrition, all the stuff that actually matters for how you feel day to day. Hit the bell so you don't miss them. And 3, if you've been to our clinic and it helped you, would you leave us a quick review on Google Maps? It doesn't have to be long, just honest. It helps people in our community find us when they're searching for answers, and that means everything to us. All right, thank you for spending this time with me today. I don't take that for granted. Move well, live well. I'll see you in the next one.